Hey guys, Selwyn here from WynnStrength.com. On this video, I'll be talking about the deadlift accessories that I'll be using for this block of training. If you've been following my videos, you'll know that I have been trying to develop my own training program. So that's basically a 12-week training program broken down into 3 4-week blocks. We're heading into the third and final phase of the program, and we're switching over a lot of exercises. So the main sets are going to be 8 sets of 3 reps, and we're breaking it up where we're doing squats and deadlifts on one day, bench press, overhead press on the other, and then we're alternating those, whichever one's the main movement. So squats main, deadlift accessories, bench main, overhead press accessories, then on the next couple of days it's deadlift main and then squat accessories, and so on and so forth. So we're doing that along the way, and I just want to talk about which deadlift accessories I'll be using during this training block. So we're really just having 2 deadlift accessories, 2 main ones. The first one being the block pull. I haven't done these before. I know they're a good overloading exercise, really good at working the lockout as well as practicing the upper movement without really having to tax the lower portion of the deadlift. What it also does is help reinforce some heavier weights. Now, the way I like to look at accessory movements in this last phase is to really increase the reps. So we aimed for 15. I noticed that was a bit too much, so we're dialing it back to 10. I think next week I'm going to switch it down to 8. So we're going to flip-flop the reps and set schemes. So instead of doing 8 by 3, we're going to do 3 by 8 this time. And I think that will strike a good balance between reps and intensity. The main reason I'm wanting to increase the amount of reps is so that I don't overtax the body with the amount of intensity or the weight that I'm lifting. If we were to do 8 sets of 3 again for the accessories, we're really going to tax the body today and drive it into the ground when it's not really necessary to get those results. So what we're really focusing on now is, for the accessories, is mainly to feel the mind-muscle connection, get a pump, work in some good volumes, and get some good reps in, get a lot of good reps in. Now what that does sound familiar to is bodybuilding style training, but we're shifting away from isolated movements where we're really pulling that mindset of high reps, pump, volume into more compound movements. That's why I like to keep the reps high, because there is a tendency to overexert the body and overstress the body with too much weight and intensity. So just something to keep in mind. This is a 4-day program, so it's day on, day off, day on, day off. That's why I like to keep things a little more tame rather than pushing it out. This way I haven't had to actually do a deload for a long time by balancing the stress out. So I think that's great. Probably after the 12 weeks I will take a break, but for the meantime we are focusing on that. So with the block pulls, I think we'll see what happens. I haven't used them a lot in the past. I think maybe when we start reaching towards those heavier weights, chasing down that 600-pound deadlift or the 6-plate deadlift, I think heavier weights in the hand is going to feel good and really get my body accustomed to doing that. Much like the slingshot bench press was able to overload the bench press and help me bring up the bench press, I have a feeling the overloading deadlift accessory is going to help me bring up the deadlift. Whereas I've been focusing more in the past with accessory movements that really increase the difficulty while making the weights a lot less. So something like deficit dead pulls, pause dead pulls, time under tension dead pulls, and tempo dead pulls. Deadlifts, I don't want to say dead pulls. Great movie though. Anyway, I've focused on those kind of lifts in the past, so maybe we'll shift over to some overloading style accessories and see how that works for the next 4 weeks. Something to think about. And the next accessory we're doing, kind of a squat deadlift play with the accessories, is just the safety squat bar squat. So squats with the SS yoke bar. I really enjoy them on the movement. Not really enjoying them at 10 reps, but again, I think it's great for getting that pump, that volume, and not really stressing the body with too much intensity and weight. So we'll see how this higher rep, lower weight volume goes in order to drive some more gains and maybe get a bit more pump, get more muscle flow. And because we have switched to using heavy knee sleeves for the main squat movement for this block, I think by incorporating a raw knee and beltless squat with the SS yoke bar, we're really going to help drive in some more quad growth. We're going to shift that weight forward. So it's kind of, because of the way the camber works, it's really pulling you in a forward motion, which isn't like the regular squat where it's on the back. It's more mimicking a front squat, but you don't have to have that shoulder mobility to get that front rack position, nor do you have to worry about trying to balance that barbell on the front of your neck. So a little more positives there for people that aren't as flexible and aren't intending to do Olympic weightlifting, where a front squat is really important. But again, I wouldn't say that the front squat is bad. It's just I did the front squat for the last 4 weeks, so now we're gonna shift over to some SSB squats. So something different. And again, we're gonna not have any knee sleeves or knee wraps on, heavy knee sleeves on. So that'll help just do that raw style lifting to really just get another variety in. Not to say that mildly geared lifting is bad. It's just another tool in the toolbox, and not lifting with it is another strategy in order to drive some more gains. So that's really the reason why I'll be doing these 2 lifts for deadlifts for the next 4 weeks. In the upcoming videos, I'll explain why I'm doing a couple of other accessory movements for the bench press, squat, and the overhead press. So I hope you'll tune in. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos.